Hello, welcome back. It has been a very long time since I made one of these videos, and there's a couple of good reasons for that. Well, for one thing, I haven't been working on it too much between getting a new job, new girlfriend, finishing my master's degree. I've been pretty busy, so I haven't been working on it quite as steadily. But as you can see, I've actually done quite a bit. The entire bike has been disassembled, and the frame has been powder coated and returned to me. And the disassembly, to be honest, was fairly uneventful. I'm taking parts off. You saw some of the state of disassembly in the previous video. Notable events were that if you'll recall, there was an extra long mounting bolt on the front here for the highway pegs, and that thing had just been the spacers that had been used on it had been rusted so solidly to the bolt that it took a lot of hammering and heat and WD-40 and cold and what have you to get the thing off. I think I wrecked a giant set of pliers and miscellaneous things. The bolt is shot as well. It's been bent and blunted, and it's completely useless. But I did manage to get it off in the end after a lot of perseverance. So that took a while, but I got it done. You maybe remember at the end of the last video, which I just posted the other day, I was having trouble getting the nuts off that were holding the bores in place. What I ended up doing, I basically went out and I got a proper wrench here. This one is actually half-inch. That I think was the size of the, I don't remember which nuts it was. It was half-inch. Yeah, and you can see it's much longer than the one I had before. And I put that on there, and it came off as easy as you please. And the box end here, the ridges are, or I don't know what you want to call it, the walls, were much narrower than on the crappy wrench that I had. So I was able to fit it onto the 12 point nuts. I don't remember if that was half-inch or 11. One of them was half, and the other set are 11 mil. Give or take. They're metric and imperial versus the UNF standards. You have to sometimes approximate, unfortunately. I don't have any, UNF wrenches, so I'm stuck with what I got. Otherwise, as you can see, I built, or I'm not quite finished it yet. I built a stand for the bike to make it a little bit easier to work on, just with some scrap lumber I had lying around. Plus, I picked up some 2x4s. It's not quite finished yet. I need to put more legs on it just to kind of latch it in place. If I can show you the underside. I got some cross beams and stuff like that. Tried to really over-design it so that it doesn't, collapse on me when I'm working. I've kind of made it so that right about where the kickstand, the center stand will be, there's a big brace going across that way, and I'm going to put legs right underneath that. So the idea is the majority of the weight of the bike will be directly over this beam with legs on either side to support it. So that should be able to handle, it's only about 400 pounds for the motorcycle, and some of it will be on the back or the front or whatever. Probably actually want to rotate the motorcycle and the frame, just so that when the time comes, it'll be easier to get out of the basement, just wheel it straight and up to the stairs. So with the frame, I finally got the frame back from the gentleman who had to powder coat it. Really nice guy, really friendly, really accommodating. Paul from Villain Ride Co. I'll put the link at the bottom of the video. I don't know enough about this particular craft to say whether he did a good enough job or not. But like I said, he was really friendly and accommodating, and it was a pretty good price. I think he charged me $240 for the frame and all the accoutrements. Took him a little while, but then he was a little busy, and he does it as a side job, so it was kind of expected, and I was busy too, so I wasn't hurting to get it back right away. But yeah, a lot of this here, I think these are just bad welds, sloppy welds that had been there before. However, some of the stuff down here, I don't know if I'd have to check my previous pictures, whether that was bad welds or that was like dirt that didn't get sandblasted off before it was painted, for instance. He did a pretty good job of taping off these things. Anything that was threaded was taped off, and all the entrances to the interior here. So that's good. I don't know enough, about all this stuff to kind of tell you whether it's a good job or not. Maybe I'll find out as I try to put the bike together, and some parts don't fit quite so well. So So we'll see, but I'm optimistic. He seemed really solid guy. And he baked. He had to bake the parts too. I guess that's part of the process. So there was some leftover grease and stuff in there that's now all crudded out. So I'll have to clean that out. But yeah, so that's looking good. At least that's taken care of now, and I can move on. I mean, I got the engine over up here on the bench with all the faceplates off, because these here, as you may recall, the chrome is coming off, and I still haven't figured out what I'm going to do about that. There are some local experts at the chrome pit. I'm going to talk to them and see what they say about that. Paul suggested I just take a wire wheel to it to get the chrome off the aluminum, and at least have the aluminum back. A few obstacles. This plate here also is corroding too, but this is the Kickstarter right here, and it's held on by a cotter pin. I think that's what it's called. But for the life of me, I cannot get that thing off. I got it about this far, and it just kind of gave out on me. I can't get it to go any further. I haven't tried putting heat on it yet. I guess that's the next step. Heat and some cold, and maybe that'll make it go. I need really another set of hands, or a proper vice grip would be really handy for that. I don't have I left my, maybe it's over here, my timing cover. Yeah, here it is. That's my other parts. I took the patent plate off. Word to the wise, those screws that are holding it on, those things are as hard as, I don't know, hard as a calculus exam. And yeah, they're impervious to just about everything. I went out to get them off. The best way to do is to first pry off the patent plate, and then go at it with a pair of mole grips. I went out mole grips or vice grips, or depending on what country you're in. I went out and I got myself a new pair of just to get them off, but if I can get it to release, it actually wrecked the tip, sort of, just trying to grip those blasted infernally hard rivets, or screws. They're hammer screws technically, and in fact in the end I couldn't even get one. I don't know if you can see that there. The camera's not focusing. One of them didn't actually come out. The head broke off and it's still in there, so not 100% certain what I'm going to do about that. Apparently they're way too hard to properly drill out. A lot of people will just drill a hole beside it. One guy I liked, he just drove it in further, and then with the new rivet he just cut it down a little bit so that it didn't go quite in so far. I could also just glue the head on. I kept the head, put the two rivets in here, and then glue the third one down, and that'll probably be good enough. It's not exactly a structural member of the patent plate. A few other obstacles. This is the bottom of the fork legs here. I'm trying to take it off so that I can get at the oil seal and replace that. But, well, I finally managed to get the cap off one end. It had been really stuck on. I just basically kind of wound up and just gave her, and with my torque wrench, and eventually it came. But these guys down here, they're an odd size. They're, I think it's 732s, which is not very common. I was able to find one. They usually come in Allen key sets, but the thing is, I don't have enough leverage with this. I can't get it to budge once again, and I don't have a cheater bar. It's something I should invest in, and I don't quite have enough just to get that to go. Neither of them. They're both stuck on there. So I'm pretty sure you need to get those off before you can take the tubes out. If it's anything like my Honda, that's how that was. Yeah, so a couple of challenges there. I haven't taken a look at the brakes yet. There's on the rear wheel, one of the spokes I think I mentioned is busted. I'll need to see if I can find a replacement for that. I don't know I'm not sure what to do about those, but I haven't really looked at them yet, so I'm not too worried just yet. So yeah, a couple of challenges, a few things I'm not yet certain how to approach. But now with the frame back, I mean, I guess I can start reassembling it now and start getting it towards a riding machine, so a rideable machine. So that's very encouraging. So, but yeah, stay tuned. I hope to have maybe another video in a month or so. We'll see, depending on progress and a lot of things like that. So yeah, thanks for watching. Oh, here's one thing I forgot to mention to any would-be restorers. I started labeling, taking parts off and putting them into bags, just little sandwich bags, and labeling them only about halfway through the disassembly. So don't be like me. Do this from the start. Label your bags. I already have tons of bolts and crap like that lying about. I have no idea where they go. I'm definitely going to invest in printing out the parts manual, like the parts fiches that show the breakdown. Because I'll definitely need something like that for reference at this point. So yes, do as I say and not as I do, and do this from the get-go or you will regret it.